The future of the industry is all about driving better financial outcomes. I'm joined by Envestnet's co-founder and CEO, Bill Crager, to learn more. Bill, always a pleasure getting to speak with you.
Shannon, great to see you in your hometown here in Denver.
Hey, I can never complain if I can just drive right down the road and come to an event.
Great, we're proud to be here.
So, you opened the conference, and it's obviously the theme this year is all about, elevating and elevating advisors and their practice.
Right.
So, and you talk a lot about, the importance of the holistic ecosystem.
Right.
Can you explain how Envestnet is creating this?
Yeah, sure. Our industry is so amazing, and the capabilities that we provide from a financial services standpoint are mind-blowing. But they've been separated in these kind of narrow, vertical, I call them stovepipes, right? And when you can connect them, that begins to reflect more the way people are actually living their financial lives. But they can't quite grasp it all because nothing's bringing it back together. So for us, we've had to do technology work, we've had to use data work, we've had to stitch it to a lot of different things. But we're in a unique position to do it. And as we do it, we unlock the ability for an advisor to offer that more holistic picture to their families that they serve.
And, how has the evolution, I'd say, of financial advice from that dualistic concept to holistic
Right.
influenced technology? How are you looking at that picture right now?
Right, and it's so interesting because Envestnet started around a product idea, and it was to enable a product for advisors. And then that product very quickly became a portfolio and an allocation. And then that portfolio has become a plan. Now, in that plan, it's much broader than that portfolio. So how do you bring those pieces back together? So you can see this evolution occur, and it's natural, and it's changed. Like I talked yesterday a lot about change. But it changes from that product to the portfolio to the plan to holistic advice. But that's where we're going. I mean, you just look at it, it makes so much sense. Now, as advisors do it, as they offer more holistic advice, they become so much more essential to their clients. And that's a noble role, that's a wonderful role, that's also a very profitable role for them.
Oh, absolutely. And just the happy marriage between utilizing technology and offering advice
Right.
is such a big concept right now. And it does feel like we are closing that gap a little
Right.
bit, because you mentioned having those disparate systems, and
Yeah.
we always joke about, but it's a true pain point of that swivel chair effect, right?
It
And so
is.
being able to bring it all together and offer that experience to their
Right.
clients is huge.
Huge. Two things. One, firms spend so much time and so much money on trying to bring these things together in ways that are not scalable, not functional, and as they do it, they find their operational costs go, they explode, because to bring it together is really hard. We have the ability to do it, we've invested in it, we've made so much progress. But what's really important is Envestnet is a supplier to the advisor. My belief is that, whether it's data, software, or even the solutions, those things are all manufactured. The human being financial advisor, they represent this word that technology can never achieve, and that is trust. And so trust is at the center of this. Money is all about trust. We're just enabling that advisor to build deeper trust.
And it's interesting you bring up trust, because the headlines lately have been scary,
Yes,
to
right.
say the least, just between, inflation and rumblings of recession.
Right.
So what can advisors specifically be doing to help their clients, especially in times where there's a lot of volatility?
Right. And it is an uncertain time, right? And then add into that the bank crisis, so you fundamentally begin to question institutions and is my money safe? I think everybody who has an account someplace asks the question, is my money okay, right? That trust, that human being on the other end of the line can provide reassurance while the technology creates the level of security, privacy, and infrastructure so that money remains safe at all times. We went through a 13-year bull run where portfolio management was not the hardest thing in the world.
Right.
It is a skill set, but the market went, it had a great run, and it had a very resilient run. We are in a different paradigm. We're in a different regime now. Finding return is going to be really hard. So for advisors to concentrate on trying to find that return or outsource that to the experts who are here at the conference, asset managers, strategists, portfolio experts, alternative investments, structured notes, insurance, credit, all these things, find the value or outsource the value and elevate to this area of holistic advice and trust. To me, the better business model is bringing people's financial lives together, assembling that outsourced, experts who can navigate these difficult markets, and then presenting that to the client in a way that just makes their money, makes their financial lives so much more sensible.
And even though the markets aren't necessarily driving growth the way they were, I still think we are in a bull market for advice. And it's an unprecedented level and amount of people that actually need financial advice, whether they know it or not.
Right.
So just to wrap up here, though, you talk a lot about the Envestnet ecosystem. What are some of the things that you're doing to strengthen and connect it all together?
Right. And two things there. One is that, we are absolutely in a bull market for advice. And advice has to serve more people, too. So the inclusivity of it, the wealth segment component of it, Danny Fava today on stage said the original account minimum at Envestnet was something like $1 million or $800,000. We're opening $500 fully diversified accounts today. So we are really driving the ability to serve more people. So that is key. At the base of how we're making this happen is data. And we secure the data, we enrich the data, and then we utilize that data in a way that gets smarter and smarter. And all that is like a leg up for the advisor to find the exact thing that client needs and then address the needs of the client in a very precise way, an effective way. And that's powerful. And to me, that data is the unlock.
Oh, absolutely. It's gold, right? At the end of the day, data is gold.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Well, Bill, it is always a pleasure getting to speak with you and learning about what Envestnet is up to and really just being a driving force in the industry. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Shannon, for letting us visit your hometown here. It's awesome to be in Denver and always wonderful to speak to you.
Oh, well, happy to have you here.
Yeah,
Thank you
great.
again.
Awesome. Thank you.
For wealthmanagement.com, I'm Shannon Rossick.